What's up, flamethrowers? It's me, Flame the Dragon Hog here. And guess what, guys? I'm back. Finally. I know that I promised that I said I was going to do videos every day. I'm back doing that, but sadly, guys, schedule changed again. I'm going to be doing videos every chance I get. So, yeah, sorry I took so long to finally make a video for you guys. Sorry about that, guys. But, well, guys, to honor my return, I thought we would kick it off with a thing of Flames rates. Yep, Flames rates. That's right, it's back. But anyway, guys, you guys may have noticed the Nickelodeon logo here. Now, there is something involving Nickelodeon here, and you guys are not going to believe this, but I am going to be looking back at some of my favorite Nickelodeon cartoons that I loved watching when I was a kid, and we are going to be rating their villains. Yep, that's right, guys. We are going to be looking at Nickelodeon villains. Like, some of the most famous Nickelodeon shows have villains in it, like SpongeBob, Jimmy Neutron, Fairy Oddparents, Danny Phantom, etc., etc. And we're going to be looking at some of the villains, and we're going to be rating them, depending on how much they accomplished in their mission to take over the world, kill everybody, whatever. So, without further ado, let's begin. Now, if you guys have any other ideas on who do you guys want to see in my next video of Flames rates, villains, just let me know in the comments down below. Who do you think I should put in here? And also, guys, I'm going to be doing a part 2, okay? I'm going to be doing a part 2, so yeah, just keep an eye out for part 2 when I upload this. And who knows when it will be. And I might actually look at some more famous villains that I may or may not put in this list. There might be some repeats in the next one, who knows, and there might be some new fresh faces. But anyway, let's begin, alright? So let's do this. So the first villain we have on this list is... Oh, I almost forgot. There's a total of 20, okay? There's a total of 20, alright? Cool beans. Anyway, let's begin. First up is... Evil Jimmy from Jimmy Neutron. Oh boy, okay. I remember this. I remember that episode when he first showed up. Jimmy had so many things he needed to do at once, so he just decided to clone himself. But what he didn't know was that the clones was his different personalities. Like, you know, his coolness, his happiness, his funniness, and of course, his evil side. Oh boy, that evil Jimmy really had it out for him. He really had it out for him. In fact, he actually was the only clone that got away. Like, remember? Jimmy froze all his other clones except for the evil one who got away. And he fled to space, where he decided that he wanted to create his own world by erasing Jimmy's world and making an evil version of his. Making his own evil Earth. Oh boy. Well, he almost succeeded. But yeah, thanks to Jimmy going to solve the problem, it worked. Even though evil Jimmy did kind of sacrifice his own world, but yeah, it was definitely pretty weird. But if I had to rate him, I would definitely have to rate him I guess a 3, because if you think about it, guys, he hardly did anything. I mean, besides throw a pie in somebody's face, switch the girls' bathroom and boys' bathroom signs, and he also dodged Jimmy's freeze attack and all that other stuff. That was pretty evil. Ugh. But yeah, I guess I'll have to give him a 3. So, sorry, evil Jimmy, if you're watching this. Oh boy. I doubt if he is. I doubt if any of the cartoon characters watch this. I mean, at this point, guys, I don't really care because, guys, honestly, a whole bunch of random characters just come on my channel. Anyway, let's keep going. Next. Okay, next up we have is Dib from Invader Zim. You guys remember that show? Oh, boy. Now, Dib, he has been so obsessed with trying to uncover the truth about Zim and trying to expose to everybody that Zim is an alien. But yet, nobody wants to listen to him. And of course, he takes matters into his own hands, matching his technology and knowledge along with Zim's. They definitely do have some crazy battles and stuff, I'm not gonna lie. They definitely do have some crazy battles and stuff. It's pretty insane and stuff, and sure, they did actually work together. Not once, not twice, but a few times. But I'm not gonna lie, Dib, he is pretty much of a mid-villain. if anybody's the villain, it's definitely Zim, if you think about it. Even though lots of people seem to know that Zim is kind of like the main character of the show. Like, he's supposed to be the villain, but yet he's the main hero, I guess. I don't know. It's crazy. Anyway, if I had to rate Dib, I'm definitely gonna have to rate him a 3 as well. He's definitely not cool. I mean, if anyone deserves like a higher rating, even though she's not a villain, it's his sister. I mean, for some reason, everybody likes Gaz. For some reason, everybody likes Gaz. I mean, I guess everybody likes that one character who doesn't give a crap or anything, wears all purple and is all dark and stuff, has that mean attitude. I mean, I guess lots of people like that character, I guess. I don't know. Ugh. Anyway, like I said before, Dib is definitely getting a 3. Anyway, moving swiftly along. Oh boy, okay, now this is definitely a blast from the past. Oh boy, we are looking at the Chameleon from the Nickelodeon show that got canceled. I don't know if it got canceled or it ended. Tough Puppy. Oh boy, guys, I'm not gonna lie, Tough Puppy was definitely one of my favorite shows growing up. I mean, if you guys remember it, oh my gosh, it was a great show. But anyway, the Chameleon, he's pretty much one of the main villains in the show. Basically, he has the power to shapeshift into anybody or anything. Oh boy, he definitely is troublesome when it comes to the tough agents. Like, especially when they first met him, he kidnapped Kitty and tried to explode all 9 of her kitty lives. Oh boy, that was nuts. And then there was that other time he tried to sneak into Tough headquarters and press the self-destruct button. Oh boy. And then there was that other time he tried to steal the Queen's crown jewels and all that other stuff. Oh my god, it was nuts. And then there was that other time that he tried to pin Doom and Tough against each other because, you know, some ice cream mess going on. Oh boy. But anyway, you guys know where I'm coming from. He is a really, really crazy villain. He's a crazy villain. And if I had to rate him, I think I would definitely rate him a 5. Reason why is because his schemes were definitely well thought out, but they hardly ever succeeded. I mean, he almost succeeded when he blew up Kitty, but yeah, I'm not gonna lie, he was definitely nuts. But anyway, yeah, 5 for the Chameleon. Sorry. Anyway, moving on. Okay, moving on to another Tough Puppy villain. We got Snaptrap, the main villain that they always got to deal with. I mean, he pretty much is a mid-villain, if you think about it. I mean, if you think about it, he is pretty much one of the main villains. Like the tough agents deal with him more than, say, the Chameleon and lots of other villains that they faced off against. I mean, it was nuts. But anyway, yeah, Snaptrap, I'm not gonna lie, his evil schemes and stuff is really kind of weird. Like, it involves his it involves his problems and all that other junk. Like that one time he tried to eliminate all the cheese because he was allergic to it. And then there was that one time he Then there was that one time he pretended to be good, but actually it was a plan just to launch everybody into the sun. And then there was that one time he tried to use the sewers to back up Petropolis's monorails. When Dudley was going through that split personality phase. Oh boy, that was weird. And who can ever forget that time he actually fell in love with Dudley Puppy's mom? Ugh, that was creepy. Ugh. But anyway, back to Snaptrap. Snaptrap, even though he is like sort of a mid-main villain, I think I'm honestly gonna have to give him a 10. Because if you think about it, if it wasn't for him, then Dudley wouldn't be a secret agent. If you think about it, he wouldn't be a secret agent. I mean, he would have been locked up somewhere. And if it wasn't for Snaptrap, he wouldn't have met Kitty. He wouldn't have met Chief. He wouldn't have met Keswick and all those other characters that he always, is interacted with. I mean, think about it, guys. So if you guys think about it in a way, if it wasn't for Snaptrap, Dudley would just have been a nobody. But he's somebody now. Anyway, moving swiftly along. Alright, next up we have is Ember from Danny Phantom. Okay, well, we hardly get to see Ember except for those few times where she tried to take over everything or hypnotize everybody with her music, and then there was that other time where she tried to kidnap all the adults and stuff, and then there was that one time where she teamed up with Penelope, Spectra, and Kitty to get rid of all the boys. Oh my god, now that was definitely a crazy... Those are some crazy episodes. But anyway, yeah, Ember, she was definitely a really interesting villain, not gonna lie. She was a really interesting villain, and some people seem to ship her and Danny together. I honestly don't know why. Guys, can someone please explain to me why people seem to ship Ember and Danny? Can someone please explain to me why they do that? I honestly don't know why. But anyway, if I had to rate her, I guess I would rate her a solid 9. Reason why is because, well, sure, she is a very, very nice-looking villain and all that other stuff. Her plans did kind of succeed most of the time, but that only one that has a problem is, you know, she could have just used her powers for good. Instead, she's using it for her own selfish things, which is just nuts. I mean, if you think about it, she did help Danny a few times, but like I said, I don't know. But anyway, let's keep going. Alright, next up we have is Vicky from the Fairly Odd Parents. Oh god. Guys, Vicky, not gonna lie, Icky Vicky has definitely had a big impact on the villain scale of the Fairly Odd Parents. I mean, come on guys, think about it. She's pretty much an evil babysitter. She torments Timmy every chance she gets, calling him a twerp, always making him do chores and all that other stuff. And whenever he doesn't do anything she doesn't like, she always ends up torturing him with some type of murder weapon. Either a sword, a mace, and lots of other stuff. Oh my god. But Timmy, he does stand his ground, ending up going up against her and all the other stuff. And I'm not gonna lie, Vicky, she is definitely a really, really crazy villain. Why? Because she does this all for money. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I would babysit somebody for money, but not the way she babysits. Definitely not the way she babysits. I mean, think about it, guys. She's only doing this just to make money. I mean, she doesn't care about what happens to the brat. Doesn't care what happens to the kid as long as she gets paid. I mean, that's pretty much really, really evil if you think about it. And if you do think about it, she has definitely experienced a lot of Timmy's interesting wishes and all that other junk and stuff, and which definitely made them have like crazy messed up fights and battles. And of course, Timmy always comes out on top, and Vicky ends up with her memories erased. Anyway, if I had to rate Vicky, I think I would definitely rate her a 5. Reason why is because half and half, she's evil, and the other half, she is good. Because if you do think about it, there were some times where she put aside Timmy and her differences, and they worked together. Which was just nuts. But anyway, yeah, a 5 is definitely going to be for her. If you guys have any other rating, let me know in the comments. But anyway, let's keep on going. Alright, we got another Danny Phantom villain. We got Desiree. Or Desire. Or Desiree. Whichever one people call her. Ugh. But either way, we're talking about Desiree, the wishing ghost. Oh my gosh, guys. I'm not going to lie. Desiree has definitely caused a big impact in the Danny Phantom world. Okay, guys, it's just nuts. Okay, but anyway, need to calm down. I get a little bit nervous every time I always see her. I don't know why, but anyway, Desiree, the wishing ghost. I'm not gonna lie, when she first appeared, I'm not gonna lie, she definitely caused a lot of trouble. I mean, think about it. She made everybody have like a ghost inside of them, possessed, like crazy strong and all that other stuff. And what was more crazy was because of her, she turned Tucker against Danny just because Tucker was jealous of Danny's ghost powers. And then there was that other time where Sam made the wish where she and Danny never met. Oh my god. And that definitely messed everything up Oh boy. But guys, I really am not gonna lie. Desiree, she definitely earned a 10 in the villain scale, because she is one definitely dangerous ghost not to mess with. Do not mess with her. Do not mess with her, because trust me, she is a really, really dangerous villain. Anyway, moving on. Okay, next up we have is, oh boy, Jimmy Neutron's sentient pants. You guys remember that first episode of the Jimmy Neutron series after the movie? After the Jimmy Neutron movie? Like, oh my god. But anyway, yeah, this villain was definitely crazy. And it's Jimmy's own pants. Oh boy, it was Jimmy's own pants. Now, if I remember the plot correctly, it all started when Jimmy's mom told him to start picking up his pants. And of course, he's really forgetful about that. So he decided to implant a chip inside of each and every one of his pairs of pants, so that way they can put away themselves. Unfortunately, like all of Jimmy's inventions, they gone haywire, and it ended up making a whole pants army. His pants ended up their pants ended up making a whole pants army and affecting all the other pairs of pants across the city and all that other junk, which was just nuts and horrible and weird. And of course it made Jimmy's pants leader. It was just nuts. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm not gonna lie. That episode was pretty weird. But anyway, great. But anyway, as for the pants, you think I'm just gonna rate him a 1 because he was the most absolutely ridiculous villain ever. For that one time. Oh boy, it was just nuts. But anyway, let's keep going. Alright, we got another Jimmy Neutron villain. We got Professor Calamitus. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm not gonna lie. This villain has definitely made a big impact in the Jimmy Neutron world. I mean, it was nuts. Guys, when Jimmy first met Professor Calamitus, it was just definitely weird. I mean, he pretty much tricked Jimmy into finishing some of his inventions for him. I mean, oh my gosh, it was nuts. And then the other times where he returned, there was the jet fusion thing going on, and then there was also, and then there was also the time where he pretended to be a princess and want the jade egg and all that other stuff. It was just nuts. And of course, not to mention, guys, he did show up in that famous Nickelodeon game, Nicktoons Unite. I'm pretty sure lots of people don't remember that game, but I do. I like that game. But anyway, I'm not gonna lie, guys, it's definitely nuts. Professor Calamitus is definitely one of the most weirdest villains ever. But it's a good thing he did finally take a break. He did finally take a break being the villain of those games and being, I don't know. But it's just nuts. But anyway, Professor Calamitus, I'm gonna have to rate you a 7. Reason why is because you definitely were crazy. And what's sad is that you really can't finish anything. You can't finish anything, my dude! You can't finish anything. Oh my gosh, that's just sad. That's just really, really sad. He can't finish anything. But there is one thing that he did finish, though. He finished making a beautiful daughter. Hello! Okay, let me stop. Anyway, let's keep going. Moving on. Alright, next up we have is the Dirty Bubble from SpongeBob. We got our first SpongeBob villain here, guys. But anyway, the Dirty Bubble, I'm not gonna lie, the Dirty Bubble, he has actually been a really interesting villain. I mean, sure, he hasn't shown up much in many SpongeBob episodes. He only showed up a few times and had a few cameos and all that other stuff. But he has actually been a really interesting villain when it comes to dealing with SpongeBob or Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy and all that other stuff. But if I had to rate him, I think I would definitely have to rate him at 4. Reason why is because he needs to be on the show a whole lot more, and he also is kind of mid. He is kind of mid. I mean, think about it. One of the main villains is definitely Man Ray, if you think about it. Anyway, keeping it going. Alright, next up we have is Princess Azula from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Oh boy, okay. Well, guys, I'm not gonna lie. She definitely gets a 10 in my book. Not because of her looks, if you guys are thinking that. It's because if you think about it, she has been more determined to capture the Avatar more than Zuko, if you think about it. Because if you think about it, Zuko, he kind of lacked. Zuko kind of lacked Oh my gosh. But his sister, though, she pretty much assembled a whole entire team just to capture Aang. She assembled a whole entire team. And if you do think about it, she is a whole lot more crazier than Zuko. And I do mean crazy. I mean, have you guys seen her by the end of the series? Have you seen how crazy she was when she finally let her hair down and just let her crazy join her? I mean, oh my god, it was just nuts. But anyway, yeah, Azula, she definitely gets a 10. And moving on. And now we move on to her brother, Prince Zuko. Now, I already said that he was kind of a mid-villain, but I guess I take that back. He definitely has been a pain in Aang's side for I don't know how long, ever since they first met. And then, throughout the whole entire series, he tries to capture him just to get the approval of his father. But then, next thing you know, he realizes he doesn't need his father's approval to, choose his own path and get his honor. So he just decides to join the winning team, which is just crazy. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm glad Zuko finally, learned his lesson and joined the good side. Because think about it like this. You don't always need your parents' approval to know who the heck you are, if you think about it. But anyway, yeah, Zuko, I think I'm definitely gonna have to give him a 10. I mean, he definitely tried his best to be a main villain. I mean, think about it. Even when Aang mastered all 4 elements, he definitely, came in clutch teaching him firebending. I mean, sure, he did try and learn firebending for a while by this other dude, but that ending up badly. That ended up with him, it badly, which is just nuts. Anyway, moving swiftly along, he does get a 10. Moving on. Okay, we got another Fairly Odd Parent villain. We got Princess Mandy, or Mandy, whichever one. Okay, the bride of Mark Chang. Well, I'm not gonna lie, guys, she definitely earns something, I guess. I don't know, she earns something. Okay, well, if I had to think about it like this, when she first appeared, she seemed all innocent and all that other stuff, but make her mad, holy mother of God, she could be dangerous. Like, holy mother, she could be absolutely dangerous. Especially when mad. But anyway, she is definitely interesting. She was definitely a really interesting villain towards Mark Chang and Timmy. I mean, sure, she hardly ever had to deal with Timmy because her main priority was messing with Mark, because she was steady trying to force him to marry her and all that other junk. And when he did finally marry her, oh my god, as the tables have turned, she finally revealed her true colors and wanting to take over the planet and just dump him. Oh my gosh. But anyway, if I had to rate her, I guess maybe I would rate her a 9. I mean, reason why is because she is a really interesting villain and all, but that one thing is that, she has terrible patience. I mean, all the other villains have patience, but her, terrible patience, which is just nuts. But anyway, moving swiftly along. Oh, by the way, guys, if you guys want me to bring Princess Mandy onto the channel, let me know in the comments, because I'll be more than happy to bring her on. In fact, maybe I might bring her on one day. Yeah, I might do that. Anyway, moving on. Okay, we got another Jimmy Neutron villain. We got King Gobot, and oh no, not King Gobot. Okay, guys, I'm not gonna lie. King Gobot has definitely been a thorn in my side for I don't know how long. Ever since the movie. Okay? Now, if you guys don't remember what happened in the movie, because I know it's been years. For a lot of people have been seeing that movie. But anyway, if you guys don't know what the heck happened in the Jimmy Neutron movie, is that King Gobot, he ended up kidnapping every parent in Retroville, every adult in Retroville, and wanting to feed them to this giant alien chicken, Poltra. And ever since Jimmy and the rest of the kids interfered with his plans, he's just been a thorn in Jimmy's side for I don't know how long. Because if you think about it like this, nobody messes with Jimmy Neutron's parents, or heck, anybody's parents for that matter. And not to mention, during the series, he did come back. He did come back and try to pretend he was good and everything, but Jimmy saw through his plans. And then there was that other time where he called all of Jimmy's other villains, like Professor Calamitus, the Junkman, Beautiful Gorgeous, and all the others. Oh my gosh, it was just nuts. But yet, that plan failed. That plan failed badly. Okay, but anyway, yeah, King Gobot has definitely earned the title of, main Jimmy Neutron villain, and if I had to rate him, I would definitely rate him a 10. It was just nuts, because he definitely goes through the extreme with his battleships and his army of troops and everything. Oh my gosh. And especially Pultra, oh my gosh. Okay, moving on. Alright, next up we have is Vlad Plasmius, aka Vlad Masters from Danny Phantom. Now, he has definitely been Danny's main villain for I don't know how long, all because he's kind of a halfa just like him. Which is just nuts. But I'm not gonna lie, he definitely is, I don't know, a really interesting villain, because if you think about it like this, he pretty much knows Danny's plan in and out. He knows his identity, he knows where he lives, he knows his intentions and everything. It's just nuts. Oh my gosh. And plus, not only that, guys, he's pretty much one step ahead of Danny. Remember that episode where he duplicated himself? So that way Valerie couldn't tell who Vlad Masters was. Oh my gosh, which was nuts. And then there was that other time, and plus, not only that, guys, I'm not gonna lie, why in the world did Vlad give Valerie her ghost hunting equipment anyway? Which is just nuts. Ugh. Anyway, let's see, what else? Well, him and Vlad has definitely had many fights in the past and stuff when they first met, throughout the rest of the time. Why? All because Vlad wants to get close to Danny's dad to take him out of the picture. Oh my god, which is just crazy. Because he always had a crush on Danny's mom, Maddie. Oh my god. And he's willing to do whatever he can to get rid of Jack. But anyway, if I had to rate Vlad, yeah, I think I would definitely rate Vlad a 10. He definitely earns the main villain title of Danny Phantom. Moving on. Okay, next up we have is another Fairly Odd Parent villain, and of course everybody's favorite, Denzel Crocker, also known as Mr. Crocker, Timmy's evil teacher. Well, crazy teacher. I mean, think about it, guys. He pretty much is one of the most craziest characters I have ever seen in cartoon history. Like, who is that obsessed over fairies? I mean, really? Also, guys, I never realized or picked out what the heck was his intentions on, catching fairies anyway. Like, what the heck is his intentions? Like, what was he planning on doing with them anyway? Because he can't make any wishes, because think about it, the rules state that fairies can't grant wishes for adults. Can't do that. But anyway, as for Crocker, if I had to rate him, I think I would definitely have to rate him a 5. Because if you think about it like this, Crocker, he kind of, is kind of mid when it comes to, his villainous schemes and stuff. I mean, sure, it does, jeopardizes his teacher reputation, but he doesn't really care. Ugh. Anyway, yeah, he's definitely getting a 5. Moving on. Alright, next up we have is Dark Laser, another Fairly Odd Parents villain. Now, guys, I'm not gonna lie, ever since Timmy wished him up, he has definitely been a big, crazy thing when it comes to, being a villain. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was nuts. It was absolutely nuts. Oh my god. It was absolutely nuts. I mean, being a rip-off Dark Vader, it was absolutely crazy. And I'm not gonna lie, he kind of lacks when it comes to being a villain. I mean, sure, he is obsessed with this crazy robot toy dog, Flipsy. I mean, if you think about it, he is obsessed with him. And if you do think about it like this, like I said, he is kind of a mid-villain. Most of the times, he pretty much is a hero. He pretty much is a hero when it comes to some things. But sure, he did actually act as a villain when he taught Timmy how to be evil like him. And then there was that one time. Then there was that other time where he did try to destroy the Earth and take over everything. But that was like the first time he ever came on screen, which is just nuts. Anyway, if I had to rate him, I think I would definitely rate him a 10. Guys, I'm not gonna lie. Dark Laser being over Crocker. Oh my god, now that's funny. Moving on. Okay, next up we have is Vexus from My Life as a Teenage Robot. Now, she has definitely been a big pain in Jenny's side for I don't know how long. I mean, think about it like this. She pretty much is an evil robot queen trying to get Jenny to join the evils of her evil group called the Cluster. And I'm not gonna lie, guys, she definitely has the body to, conquer her mission. I mean, I could definitely see why Sheldon fell for her when she was in her Cutie 2 form. And lots of other stuff. Oh my god, which was just nuts. But anyway, I'm not gonna lie, Vexus, she definitely does have it going on. And her villain title was definitely insane. It was definitely insane. Especially when she, took over every single robot in that robot convention. And when she tried to manipulate Jenny into being part of the Cluster when she was going through that pimple thing, which is just nuts. And let's see, what else? And she also definitely went crazy when she learned Jenny's weaknesses when it came to her blueprints. Thanks a lot, Sheldon. Ugh. But anyway, yeah, if I had to rate her, I think I would definitely rate her a 10. Big time. Definitely a 10. Oh, boy. Anyway, moving on. Okay, next up we have is Man Ray from SpongeBob. Now, as I said before, guys, Man Ray, he definitely earned the title of, being a main villain, if you think about it. He definitely has earned the title of being a main villain. I mean, sure, he kind of did lack and stuff when it came to, after when he was first released from his tartar sauce prison. Oh my gosh. But anyway, he is definitely an interesting villain, not gonna lie. And if I had to rate him, I think I would definitely rate him a 9. Reason why is because that one, he kind of lacks. I mean, sure, he does kind of lacks on actually destroying Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy. I guess the reason why is because they're old men. I mean, think about it. And he's still young, I guess. I don't know. I mean, no one really knows what the heck it looks like underneath that mask. I mean, sure, we did catch glimpses of him taking off his mask, but all there was just nothing. But anyway, let's keep on going. If I had to rate him, yep, I think I would definitely rate him a 9. Moving on. Okay, we got another Jimmy Neutron villain here. And guys, we are dealing with Beautiful Gorgeous. Oh boy, Beautiful Gorgeous, aka Professor Calamitus' daughter. Like I said before, he may not have finished all his inventions, but this is one thing he definitely finished. Creating a beautiful daughter. I mean, think about it. But anyway, I'm not gonna lie, guys. Beautiful Gorgeous, she definitely is a very interesting villain. I mean, sure, she didn't actually want to be a villain. Heck, who knows what the heck she actually wanted to be. Because she always gets cut off whenever she always tells people what she really wants to be. I always wanted to be, then gets cut off. I mean, really? When they first met her, like, she was actually really nice and stuff, but then they found out that, she was evil. Yeah, things definitely changed. And then there was that one episode where she almost married Jet Fusion. Oh my gosh. She almost married Jet Fusion just to hypnotize him into destroying people. Oh my god. And then she also teamed up with that group of villains and ended up falling in love with the Junk Man. Ew, gross. Ew. Ugh. But anyway, if I had to rate her, I guess I would rate her a 10. Reason why is because she nearly succeeded with all her villainous plans. I mean, sure, she did kind of almost succeed in her villainous plans, and it was kind of nuts. But anyway, let's just keep going. Alright, guys, we're down to the last villain. Oh boy, and we got the main villain himself from SpongeBob. Plankton. Plankton, the main villain from SpongeBob. Okay, guys, I'm not gonna lie. Plankton, he definitely earned top when it comes to being a SpongeBob villain. Reason why is because think about it. They deal with him almost every single day, and his evil schemes of trying to get the Krabby Patty secret formula just get more and more crazy. They just get more and more crazy. Like, he's gone to the major extremes when it comes to, trying to get the formula. Like that one time where he switched places with Mr. Krabs just so he can get his hands on a Krabby Patty. And then there was that one time where he tried to put the Krusty Krab out of business by building the Roman Colosseum and charging people and stuff. And then there was that one time he built an underground cavern. Oh my gosh. And then there was all those other times where he tried to use SpongeBob to get to him. Like, for example, and then there was that other time where he beat Mr. Krabs in a card game and bet SpongeBob so that way he can work for him and give him a Krabby Patty. Oh man, which is just nuts. I mean, really? But anyway, as for being a villain, yeah, I would definitely have to rate Plankton a 10. He has definitely earned Villain of the Year when it comes to a SpongeBob villain. And alright guys, that's it for Flames Rates. That's it for Flames Rates when it comes to rating villains, Nickelodeon villains. Oh boy, okay. Well guys, that's it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, please leave a like and comment down below. And also, let me know in the comments down below, what would you rate all these Nickelodeon villains? And guys, I'm going to be doing a part 2 of Flames Rate villains, and I'm going to be looking at different anime villains. Yeah, I'm going to be looking at different anime villains. And trust and believe me, guys, there's so many different types of anime, which means so many different types of villains. So yeah, it's probably going to be a long list. But anyway, guys, if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like and comment down below. And if you guys are not already subscribed to my channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that way you guys will update whenever I post. And speaking of posting, you guys may have saw in my community tab that I was missing Stargleam because, she was missing. Well, turns out her Wi-Fi was acting up since yesterday, and I got a little bit worried because she hasn't responded for I don't know how long. But don't worry, guys. Everything's all good. She's back in full force. Oh my god, because I honestly don't know what the heck I would do without her. Because I was really freaking out because she hasn't responded to me since yesterday, and I really thought the worst. I actually thought something may have happened to her. Because that's just how I am, guys, when people end up missing. That's how I am sometimes. I'm sorry if that gets annoying to you guys. I'm sorry, that's just how I am, thinking the worst. Because think about it, guys. If you guys haven't heard from anybody in like 2 days, yeah, that's when you start thinking the worst. That's when you start thinking the worst. So, yeah, Cat/Stargleam, I really am glad that you're okay. I really am glad that you're okay and back. And please, don't ever scare me like that again. Anyway, this is Flame the Dragon Hog signing out for now. Later, flamethrowers. And like I said before, guys, I don't know when I'll post part 2, but trust me, it's going to be awesome. Anyway, later, flamethrowers.